Welcome back to Bike Update, the place where we talk about machines that move us, whether they ride on two wheels or roll on four with enough attitude to make any enthusiast stop and stare. Today, we're diving into something truly special. Imagine a car that blends old-school raw excitement with modern engineering, a machine that refuses to fade into the background even as the years go by. That's right, we're talking about the legendary BMW M3 E92, but with a twist. We're looking at what the 2026 scene means for this icon, how it stands today, why people still chase it, and what makes it continue to dominate conversations long after production stopped. There are cars that are simply bought, driven, and forgotten, and then there are cars that become part of culture, part of the roads we dream of, and part of the soundtracks we replay in our minds. The E92 M3 is absolutely one of those machines. When BMW launched it back in 2007, nobody knew just how big of an impact it would have. Over the years, it turned into a milestone in automotive history, the last naturally aspirated M3, the end of an era of V8 power in a compact performance coupe. Fast forward to 2026, and the world has moved on to electric platforms, hybrid performance systems, and downsized turbocharged engines. But the E92, it's still here, still loud, still demanding attention. Let's talk about the heart of this beast, because that's usually the first thing enthusiasts mention. Under the hood sits a 4.0-liter naturally aspirated V8, the S65. It revs all the way up to 8,300 revolutions per minute, a number that already tells you this engine wasn't built for quiet commutes. It sings, shouts, screams, it's a symphony of mechanical fury that modern engines rarely match. In 2026, when many performance cars have gone hybrid to satisfy emission rules, the pure, linear, high-revving experience of the E92 feels almost rebellious. And that rebellious nature is a big reason why this car is still being collected, modified, and celebrated. But the E92 M3 isn't just about the engine. It's about balance. BMW engineered this car with proportions and handling that give you confidence. You feel the road, the weight shifts, the cornering grip. It's the kind of car that communicates with the driver. Every input you make gives you something back. In today's world of heavily assisted steering and computer-managed power delivery, the E92 stands out because it still feels human. You're not just sitting in it, you're part of it. Now, in 2026, the tuning culture around this car is stronger than ever. Owners are finding creative ways to keep the E92 relevant, whether it's upgrading the exhaust to unlock even more of that signature high-rev scream or installing modern suspension setups to sharpen its performance. Some people go full race mode, stripping weight, adding carbon parts, and pushing the car to track levels it never originally had. Others choose a more refined direction, OEM Plus builds that preserve the original look but polish the details. The beauty of the E92 is how adaptable it is. It's a platform that lets you shape it into whatever you want without losing its identity. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something many viewers ask. Why keep the E92 alive in 2026 when newer M models exist with better tech, more torque, and quicker lap times? The answer is simple. The E92 isn't about numbers anymore. It's about emotion. It's about the feeling you get when you hear that V8 fire to life. It's about the sensation of climbing through the rev range without turbos pushing the power for you. It's about nostalgia mixed with adrenaline. And even though newer cars outperform it on paper, they rarely outshine it in soul. Another huge reason the E92 remains relevant today is because it represents the last chapter of a particular BMW philosophy. After this generation, BMW shifted to turbocharging. The raw, high-revving, naturally aspirated formula disappeared. So owning an E92 means owning a piece of BMW history, a piece that will never be replicated. And as the world pushes toward electrification, cars like this become even more precious. They serve as reminders of what driving used to feel like before quiet motors and instant torque took over. Of course, we can't ignore the reality that maintaining an E92 in 2026 requires dedication. The S65 engine is incredible, but it's known for rod bearing concerns and throttle actuator issues. Anyone who owns one has to respect the maintenance schedule. But enthusiasts aren't scared off. If anything, the challenge makes ownership more rewarding. It's like taking care of a classic watch. You don't expect it to be trouble-free, but its character makes every bit of effort worth it. Let's also talk about the way the E92 has aged visually. Many cars from the late 2000s are starting to look dated, but the M3 still looks sharp. The bulging hood line, the wide fenders, the quad exhaust tips, they still have presence. Modified or stock, the car carries itself with confidence. It doesn't try to look aggressive, it just is. And in the world of 2026, where many vehicles share similar design languages, that uniqueness stands out even more. Whether you're a longtime BMW fan, someone thinking about buying an E92 today, or just a gearhead who appreciates engineering artistry, the story of this car is worth knowing. It teaches us that performance isn't only about stats. It's about connection, character, and craftsmanship. And that's why even though the E92 is approaching 2 decades old, people still talk about it, still hunt for clean examples, still build them, still love them. So as we move further into the future, with electric supercars and AI-assisted driving becoming the norm, the 2026 automotive world reminds us of something important. The E92 M3 isn't just a car from the past, it's a reminder of what driving passion feels like. It's a symbol of an era when engines had personalities and drivers had full control. And that's why, here at Bike Update, we believe this machine deserves every bit of attention it continues to get. Thanks for watching, and if you love machines that move your heart as much as they move your body, stick around for more.